Oh, okay.
Because then how is all this gonna pick up the stuff in flops? You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I mean, I'm sure there's a way around what we're doing right now. There's probably a better way to do it. Right now, this is the way we're gonna do it.
All right, cool, man. For sure. All right, man. Let me jump on. Thanks, dude.
All right.
Talk to you in a bit. Peace. All right, y'all. Trying to sneak in a quick stream today, y'all. The kids are gone. I don't know how long I got, but what I do want to do is start on deconstructing these today, man. Kind of sad to do it, but it's for the better good, man. I need this soul. So let's jump into it. Real quick, guys, I want to say I think today's our 4th day in a row, I believe, streaming, which is, it's got to be a record, man. It's got to be a record. So I'm going to wait for some of you guys to jump on and say what's up. Are some lights off? That's a good question, bro. I was looking at the lighting and it looked a little off to me too, man. Let me see if... so the lighting's not off, but I could add another light for sure. I did notice there was kind of a shadow there, right? I wonder if it's because of these. No, this shouldn't change it, right? Got a bunch of cans over here. That shouldn't change it. Okay. Let me drop this light on real quick. Let's see if that makes a difference. It should. How's that? That should give a little bit of clarity, right? Yeezy Air Maxes. I think that's what they were nicknamed when these came out. And they were super hot, man. These were, I think, reselling for like $350, $400 when they first came out. They were pretty tough to find, too, because they were limited. Okay, cool. You said it's kind of dark. We're good to go now. Oh, you could change it on the webcam? Bro, then why are you telling me to do all that? Yo, 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 Superman lover, what's good? How you living, homie? We're going to do some intro to some deconstruction today, man. So I'm kind of excited, kind of sad at the same time. But I am going to cut these all up and I'm going to make patterns out of them. So I need a donor and I need the souls. So it just makes sense. All right. For those of you who have not joined us on patreon.com, we're going to go way more deeper into deconstructing, into reconstructing, and making your own shoes. So if you're interested, patreon.com/feelgoodthreads is where you go for really like down to the bare bone technicals of how to break things down and then put them back together. All right. Scrawny Johnny, what's good, man? You like these two? I really like these, man. I really didn't want to take them apart, but I feel like I got a good idea. So, and what's crazy is the dude who sold them to me. They're used. They had maybe a wear. I think I even wore them once before, but they had a little stain or two on them. See, and I think he couldn't take them out, and so he was just trying to flip them to get rid of them. Overall, the condition isn't that bad. But really, I just want that soul. So, anyways, let me jump into it, y'all. Let me jump into it. Who's out there right now, guys? Let me say what's up to everybody before we jump into it. We've got folks, Superman lovers in the building. What's good, man? He's out on Twitch. We got Mr. Elephant God himself, Scrawny Johnny, in the building over on YouTube. Who else is out there? Let me know. I'm going to put one of these guys to the side, all right? It's always easier to just break one apart. That way you learn how the shoe is built. And honestly, I haven't broken down an Air Max yet, so it's kind of new for me too, you know? I'm praying today I don't cut my finger like I did last time. So whenever you guys are jumping into deconstructions, just keep in mind, man, it's not all peaches and cream all the time, you know? I got sliced my thumb. It's not that bad. It could have been worse, but that thing I could not even apply pressure to it without it bleeding. So sometimes if you're careless, man, you're going to pay the price to be careless. So if you ever jump into recon and decon, You're going to be messing with needles. You're going to be messing with blades. Safety first, right? Cool. So I got that. First things first on that is take that lace out. Now I'm going to try to be real careful with this when I take it apart, because I really want to try to get the panels to be nice and clean. All right. So where should we start? I like to start usually on the outer edges, and then as you open the outer edge, you'll be able to get into the edges on the inside. So usually things like the swoosh, I like to start off with that, just because you kind of warm up into this whole situation here. Let me just take a couple of strands out here. Barry McAfee, what's good, man? I know, Barry. Just when I saw your comment, dude, I gotta do this to you. The uppers are pretty nice, man. Let's see if I could take them apart now and maybe do something a little bit different with them. Thomas Ford, what's good, homie? You guys notice I like to break a couple of the stitches in the beginning, because that way it gives me access to the inside of that swoosh. That's what your goal is try to cut this thing out nice and clean. But see, you want to get on the inside. Getting on the inside makes things a lot easier, because now you're not just cutting blindly. You actually be able to see what you're doing. Now, a lot of folks do this differently. I've seen people use a seam ripper. That's a tool that whenever you've sewn something, it basically breaks those stitch lines apart. So that's another way you can do this as well. I just like the control that this X-Acto knife gives me. I've been using this little guy for a while. This is by Fiskars, by the way, if you're interested. I forgot what the exact name is of it, but it's basically an X-Acto knife, but it has a grip to it. And for stuff like this, when it's like really you're getting down to fine detailed stuff, it helps out a lot. Gives you that control. So as I go through, I'm pulling the swoosh up, which kind of helps give me access to what's going on underneath it. All right. All right, so that's good. Got a little bit of that top side opened up. Let's do the back side here. This is 3M, by the way. Didn't never notice that. It's like a black 3M, which is even doper. Rarely do you see black 3M. Took it off. Now I'm going to just use it as a regular blade here. Right-handed, so it's easier for me to do it like that. But you guys can see as I pull the swoosh off, it's pretty easy for me to just cut through here. It's the tension that I'm putting on these threads with this hand here that just kind of makes them cut through like butter. So this is kind of like 2-3 panels all here at once. You got to just be careful with what you're doing. So I got a good majority of that swoosh taken off, right? Bayou Boy, what's good, man? I appreciate that. We got Bayou Boy in the building, out in YouTube world. I'm just kind of slicing and dicing through just to warm up and get that first piece taken out. So far, so good. I do want to note I got a fresh blade on here. The last one was super, super dull. I mean, to the point where the tip was even broken off. There we go. So I'm trying to recover every piece. And it's really nice when you can take each piece apart and still be able to map out where it should be at. Alright, so the first piece taken off. Let's jump into the mint green here, that Yeezy green. This has a double stitch, so just got to be mindful of that. having a dull blade will make this like so much harder. So I realized early, don't be cheap on replacing your blades, because eventually you're sacrificing time, you know. It takes you longer to take this apart. I'd rather just spend another 50 cents and get a nice new blade on here. There we go. Hey, I'm really appreciative of that, Bayou Boy. Of course, man. Anytime, bro. That's what I'm here for, to help you guys grow as artists. And I hope that, you know, if you do customize Bayou Boy, that I've taught you something. Been doing it for long enough, right? If I taught you one thing, I'll be content. Because it takes a lot of times of trial and error to do what I'm doing right now. And actually, today's kind of trial and error, you know. This is my first time breaking this apart, and I want to reconstruct one of my first Air Maxes. And how you do that is you got to break the panels apart and then go from there. After I get this panel done and we get all the patterns made, we can put these up on the site. And then if you guys are interested in doing your own recons, we'll have this as a pattern. So that's why I got to cut real careful, because I want to make sure everything looks dead stock when we put it all back together. That's what you are doing when you're doing a decon. When you're breaking something down like this, you want to do it very carefully, panel at a time. So this is exactly like what we teach on the Patreon channel for the reconstruction that we're showing you guys, which is a Jordan 11. Showing you guys how to deconstruct it, how to cut fabrics and panels, and then finally putting them all back together and sewing them up. I'm pressing this top heel. When I do that, it kind of opens up a little bit of a gap there. Webbs, what's good, man? How you living, Quan? We were just talking about you, man. Thank you again, man, for the donation yesterday. If you guys haven't seen on the bottom screen now, we put on our, I think Speed Infusion, you put latest donation twice. The top donator, man, is Webb's Custom Kicks, homie. I think you got to change that up. And then our last donation was from Graham, GTC Reels, $4.99. Thank you so much, Graham. Do appreciate that too, homie. So now we gotta look for a secondary camera, man. Webb's Custom Kicks helped us with his donation to hit that goal. Gonna look for another camera for you guys. And then I also found another monitor as well, so hopefully that'll help me out. So when you guys are chatting, sometimes I miss you guys in the chat, man, and I apologize. So, you know, if I miss your question or whatever, I'm not trying to ignore you. Sometimes I just end up getting so much into this work, man, that I just miss a lot of the chatter. So just go ahead and hit me back up, you know. I'm trying to feel. The heel area usually has a little bit of glue and padding and stuff, so just be careful here when you cut. You know, you don't want to slice something that you're not supposed to slice. Webbs, I need to get in touch with you as well, man. I gotta send you a care package, bro, for helping with that donation, man. Here we go. I love to hear that slice. Let's get it. There we go, all the way through. And just to double check, I was pull up. There we go. So now you guys can start seeing that. That's where that line was for the threads. Man, I can feel there's a lot of glue now underneath here. This little heel cup area has glue. So let me just slowly, at least I can feel that I'm unveiling and getting the panels off slowly. So we're good all the way through here. Now here you got to check as well. Sometimes if there's a lot of glue, you can also put a little bit of acetone in there. It'll help to start breaking the two panels and separating them. And that might be something I might need to do. Like I said, I've never done this before, but let's go with caveman brute force first, and let's see if that works. Okay, so I feel like it's separating here, but look, see. Now this looks like it's taking some of this knitting away, so I don't want to tear that knitting off. All right, let me jump into the rest of the toe cap. Let's see if we can unveil what's underneath that first. So again, I'm just finding a spot where I could feel the razor blade able to dig through. And I'm just kind of seesawing my way through here. Got to be careful though, because right now when I do that, I'm just cutting blindly. I don't know what I'm exactly cutting, so let me kind of press down on this toe cap and see if I can just ease my way inside. There we go. You can hear the threads snapping. So now I can see a visual and I can see what's going on. You want to try to pull them apart with one hand and try to cut with the other. Trying to figure out exactly where this panel right here ends, and it's hard to see that, so I don't want to cut too far in. Let's just keep going. Let's see how much we could separate. The more we separate, the more we could figure things out. There we go. Can hold away so that way it gets that thread really tight. The tighter it is, the easier it is to actually cut. That tension really helps out. Alright, so I got a little section there. Let's jump into that next. Michael Adams, what's good, homie? 1142 in Washington, D.C. Finesse NBA 2K, what's good? 1042. You guys out on YouTube, huh? How you guys living, man? Here we go. Now I got a little bit more of that opened up, so we're discovering things here. For example, like you see here, this panel, it looks like it's has some kind of an overlay underneath it. It's like a woven overlay, and they wrap. See how they're wrapping it here? Just right over the cusp, and then they put it down, and they have that green panel like that. So interesting that they do that. It's a little bit different than the Jordans, but this is how we used to do, like when I used to fix up cars. This is how you'd wrap things in carbon fiber. You just get it right over that little layer and then glue it down. It's the same kind of process that they did here. Alright, so let's keep going through with this real quick. I feel like I can go through like relatively quick with hitting this part up here, so let me just jump in and unveil it, huh? Speaking of unveiling, I just got some of those UNCs in the Jordan 1s. Kind of excited to see what those look like. Yeah, so I'm seeing that they did use some kind of glue here, because that glue is sticking these two panels together. So I've got to almost get right in between that panel where that glue was and try to separate them. That's going to be pretty tough to do, because this is like a knit fabric. This is knit, and so once you glue that, it has all these little holes and stuff that glue sinks into. So we're gonna just try our best to get an accurate look at what the actual knit fabric on the bottom will look like at the end. If not, we're gonna have to guesstimate it and see where it goes. But I could already tell you right now, this knit fabric should go at least down to here when you're laying all this stuff out, because these two panels had to be glued together. All right, so I'm gonna just keep going through and see what I can discover. Hopefully, I didn't mess this toe cap area up, which is, you know, it's a possibility. But as long as I could put it back together and make it look like an accurate, you know, rendition of the Air Max, I'm good. Sometimes it's just, you know, you have to do your best to get an accurate look, you know. And this is like this is the inside guts, so it doesn't need to look exact, but you know, obviously you want to try to get as close as possible. Bunch of glue in here. Glue will really dull your blades out real quick too, guys, so just keep that in mind. You know, if you got a bunch of glue on your blade, it's not going to cut as well. All right, so the homie Corey King's in the building. What's good? Corey, how you living, man? New Patreon family in the building, guys. Corey joined yesterday, so welcome to Corey. Everybody who's on the Patreon fam, please say welcome to Corey King. Finesse NBA 2K, I'm good. I'm good, man. No complaints, man. I'm just happy to be healthy, alive, and chilling with you guys today. So let's see, we've got this good portion kind of taken out. Sometimes what I'll do is if I get or feel a little frustrated, you know, for example, there's a lot of mess to clean up here, I might leave it alone for a little bit and jump in a different little section. And that's okay, you know, as long as I'm progressing. I gotta just make sure that we're moving, you're moving, not stay stagnant. There's been so many times where I've been frustrated when I'm doing this kind of stuff, and I realized it's not really productive. You just sitting there pissed off because you can't figure something out. There's a solution, and being frustrated is not going to help it out. Still going. This is very deep, and I think it's very deep because it cuffs all the way over here, so they want to make sure that there's enough room in that little section for your toes. So I think it's about, oh yeah, I see it right here. This I can actually see the cutoff line. Crazy. That is a lot of depth to go to get this pattern here. But now that I could see it, I'm going to try to break it out accurately. Somewhere around there. See that? Look at all the way down in here. Crazy. Armani Luna, what's good? Another Patreon fam, what's good, man? Armani Luna also just joined, y'all. Actually, Corey, I messaged you on Patreon, bro. I need your Instagram name, homie. Whenever you get a chance. And we're hella close to our next giveaway for Patreon, guys, so stand by, man. There we go. This is good. Usually this panel right here takes a little while, guys, so if you're feeling like, God, this is taking forever, yeah, it does. Here's a heel cup underneath this. I could feel it and I could see it. Pretty standard. I don't want to stretch this too much, so I'm not going to go overboard there. Let's jump into that next swoosh. Corey King. My man, $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that, homie. If you guys don't know what super chat is, that's a YouTube feature, y'all. And just gotta always say thank you to the people who donate, man. Thank you again, Corey. I appreciate that, big homie. We've got second camera on the way, man. I can't wait. Ooh, that's sliced and diced right there, man. That's why I say you got to be careful. The sharp blade, man, it'll just and it'll cut through a leather piece real quick. Just trying to be real soft with everything here. There we go. Pick it up, pick it up. Sound like a 90s song. Pick it up, pick it up. There we go. Feels good to feel slowly but surely the progress is coming, you know? Shows you guys what persistence looks like. Because it's not easy to break things apart. I'm really interested to see how they do this little section here. I just saw that. Never really broken that down before. There we go. Jeff, what's good, man? How you doing? Jeff Chamberlain in the building, folks. Mr. Liquid Kicks himself. There, we got that heel cup now. Gotta grab that out. So different than painting, so different than airbrushing. But somehow they're all the same still, huh? Just a different style of art. It's like rock and roll and rap. Gotta be respected, right? Alright, let's jump into this next section here. We're getting close to that sock liner now. Something really satisfying about hearing those threads snap, 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 snap. Nice and smooth. There we go. Got that out. Ever wonder how far this swoosh goes? Goes about right there. Don't gotta wonder anymore. It's funny, on the Jordan swooshes they have a little number on the back and it tells you who inspected the shoe. Inspector number 71. Alright, so now let's, before I put this anywhere, let's remember this is the inside swoosh, okay? So let me just write that down. And the reason I'm doing that right now is because I don't want to mix these two up, which I'm super great at mixing stuff up. Just mark it inside. I know it's random, I use a Posca marker. And then this is the left shoe, right? Inside left. That way I'll some kind of an idea what that is, you know what I mean? Muddy Waters album, pick it up, pick it up. There you go. I knew it was from something I knew. I just didn't remember what it was from. Oh man, Jeff, if you have any announcements, man, I think this is a great time, bro. If you guys don't know, I know we've been talking about Liquid Kicks for quite some time, and we used it yesterday. This is the scratch resistant sealer that I use for pretty much all my projects. So Jeff Chamberlain's here today, Liquid Kicks in the building, and I think a lot of you guys are pretty familiar with the product. I know we put up the link yesterday, and we put up my discount as well. But if you guys are interested, he's got other products, man. So we're looking at doing some kind of a giveaway, possibly very soon. We're just kind of trying to figure out the logistics behind it. I know that you guys have seen me using. Hey, where did it go? I had that. Where is your tray at here, Jeff? I had it like literally a second ago. Okay. Well, anyways, we've got the Liquid Kick stand as well, and I know you guys seen me using that because when I'm airbrushing and stuff. it usually angles somewhere around like right there, which is just awesome, especially for the feeds, you know, because you guys can see a great top-down view. So he's coming out with some new products as well. If you got a second, Jeff, if you're there, you know, please, man, let us know what you're coming out with or what you have in stock now that you're about to release. All right, I'm gonna just jump back into, well, what I'm doing, man, just cutting stuff up. So I'm gonna probably now look for another spot here. You gotta always watch your fingers here. You know, you don't want to cut up your fingers just in case you poke the wrong way. So just be careful. Again, man, safety is always the kind of the first thing you want to think about here, right? Not kind of, but it is. Because nobody wants to walk out with a bloody finger. Or even worse, have to go to like the hospital and get stitches, dude. People have, I'm sure, done that. There we go. Oh, Outcast, that's a great question, man. I know we used that intercoat the other day. But from what I understand, the intercoat is it's a good kind of like a barrier or a wall. So for example, let's say you're doing your base coat, and then once you finished with your base coat, and let's say for example you had a sunset, and then you put that intercoat down, then after that you could, you know, paint a character or something, and if you mess up on the character, it won't go all the way back down to the base coat. You can actually still correct, you know, on that second layer. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's almost like it adds a layer for you there, and then you can work with that second layer, and then spray another layer of intercoat, it'll be a third layer, and so on. So there we go. Oh, I just saw Speed Infusion's out, man. He's got a family too, so I get it, man. My family just doesn't like me, so they're like, yeah, you should just go to the garage and go stream, bro. So we can do fun things. I hope that's not how they really feel about me. That would suck. They do kind of throw me in the garage, though, and just say, hey, you need to just go there for a while. Like I'm grounded. Alright. It's giving me a little bit of a tough time there. Liquid Kicks. We just want to say that Suhail is a great... Oh, this is where I paid you money to say this. We just want to say that Suhail is a great teacher and a very genuine person. And we just released an airbrush grip. So the airbrush grips that I think that Jeff is mentioning is these guys here on the top. So definitely want to check that out. He did ask me what color I wanted today, and I didn't have an idea yet. Corey King, man, what's up, bro? You're going crazy today. You're going ham, homie. I appreciate that again, dog. Another donation from Corey King, man. 2 in a row. 2 for 2. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, the airbrush grips, definitely check those out. I think you have them in different colors. Let us know what colors you got, Jeff. Awesome that you're here to support, man. I do appreciate that. And then just to answer your question, Outcast, your follow-up, it says it blocks paint from bleeding under stencils. Oh, yeah, that's why we used it last time. For the bleeding sections, that we didn't want it to all spread underneath the stencil there. And you can use it for saving your place, like working in layers in Photoshop. Okay, that's the way I kind of explained it, just like Photoshop. So, dope. Again, Corey King, appreciate the donation, homie. Thank you again, brother. Let me just keep going through with this, man, before we got the kids coming back home and I got to stop. I'm technically not supposed to be streaming today, but I got a chance to, so I said, you know, we can't ruin that 4-for-4 streak we got going, you know? And that's why I'm here. We got to start this I've had these shoes, guys, for probably, man, at least 2 years. I've had them just sitting around. They are an old release, man. These were probably from like 2000. Sheesh, I'd probably say like 2015 or something. Look at this. This guy's coming off. Let's go. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen here. This is where the thread, the embroidery is. So now we're gonna find out, which I think they did, is They probably embroidered this when it was flat, so it should just come off. Let's see. Oh, I got some thread up here. Let's snap this. Things, you could say things are getting kind of interesting. Kip. You could say things are getting kind of serious now. There we go. I had that whole back section still not cut, so that was going to do nothing for me. Cool, now it looks good, right? I could see what's going on underneath. That's always a great thing. And real slowly I'm just peeling. This feels like it's just a little bit of glue. And oh yeah, there, cool. Look at that. Different. This is like looks like the Batman logo, doesn't it? So let's see the inside here. So you could see on the inside here, they put almost like the same thing when they put for a toe puff, just a backing here, and that backing, you know, because you have the embroidery too, it kind of keeps the thread in place, but it's more for cushioning and to have some body on the back end here. Gives it some strength and support. And obviously you're trying to sprain an ankle, right? So you need all that heel support that you can get. Dope, man. I feel a little accomplished. We got 1, 2, 3 pieces out the way. My homie Punky B in the building, guys. Just stopped by to say what's up. It's midnight here. I got to get ready for work in the morning. Yo, thank you for rolling through as always, Punky B. Oh man, look at Liquid Kicks. Says all the colors, all of them. Name a color, we got it. So there you go, guys. So he's got some new grips coming through. Definitely worth checking out. Again, if you guys haven't gotten any of this stuff yet, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. But this is and I've told you guys this before, but I'll type it as well. lktopcoats.com. That's where you get the scratch resistant sealer, where you get the inner coat that people are talking about. And give me a sec. I'll just, because y'all are lazy and you guys still there? I think I hit a button. I think I hit a button, and I swear I thought I signed off. I think I didn't. I hope I didn't. lktopcoats.com. lktopcoats.com. Let's get it. And then use code FEELGOOD for a discount. Discount. There you go, yo. So in case you guys are streaming later, watching this later today or whatever, you guys have the link here. All right, so let me just I'm gonna just keep jumping in, guys. Oh, nice, Corey. I just saw you just copped the stand yesterday and used the inner coat too, and it's nice. Sick, man. Corey, how long have you been customizing now? I know you just joined the Patreon as well, man. Again, I appreciate that. But I love to hear, like, how long have you guys been doing this stuff? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to become a better artist in a certain category? Pressing in and just starting to do a little bit of a separation. Nothing crazy, but we do need to separate these guys. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to hit that separation line, that glue line, exactly where I need to hit it without hurting the sole and hurting the actual upper. And that can be a little frustrating at some points, You want to take the sole off real carefully without hurting that upper, and it can. What I like to do is just set a little small incision in the beginning. That never hurts. Alright, let's see what else we got going here. So I've got these other panels. Let's start to dissect those panels next. This is the actual back panel that you're swooshes lay on top of. Really excited to do a recon on an Air Max, man. It's different, you know, because I've been doing so many Jordan 1s, Jordan 1s, Jordan 1s. Everybody going bananas for Jordan 1s, man. It's refreshing to do something a little different. And Air Maxes are one of my favorite non-Jordans too, so I think it's about time. I think Air Max Day is coming up soon, right? I don't think it passed yet, right? There we go. Got that piece off, at least on that end. Superman Lover said 2 years now. Want to work towards a business, but don't want to. I remember you saying that last time, Superman Lover. You know, the thing is, man, eventually you know, everybody got their own idea of what to do with their business, you know, so I'm not going to preach, but, you know, eventually you're going to get to that point where you're successful enough, or you're going to have to file that LLC and, you know, claim taxes, and that's going to be your job, bro. So the good thing is there's preparation in it, and I'm sure you'll make the right decisions, right, when you come to that point. But eventually, if you jump into this, like when I jumped into this, same thing for me, man. I thought this is good side money in the beginning, but eventually you have to figure out what you're gonna do with your life, right? And you gotta file taxes. That's a given. This is like the lace area here, and again, there's a lot of layers, so I'm trying to be careful with just kind of breaking through. It's also double stitch, so double stitch means I got to break through 2 sections here, and these are like little small sections, so just important to take my time on it, you know. There we go. It's coming off, and lucky me, it's not glued on there. You could tell because it's not like struggling to come off. The stuff in the front looks like it was glued though. Oh, I spoke too soon, bruh. Is it? Oh, okay, it's coming. Now you can start to see glue, see? So it's okay. I expected some kind of glue to be in there. Adam, what's good, homie? Apple Man, 1, 2, 3 in the building. 1, 2, 3, bro. Is Layla still over there, dude? You got to be like my eyes and ears when they're coming back home. She's getting very tight in this little section here. I might have to grab another blade, just because it's kind of. Let's see here how tight it is. I'm gonna just seesaw down. Let's see if that works. There we go. A little bit had to put a little bit of English in that, yo. Thank you, Jeff, man. I appreciate it. Hi, Tina. How you been, Tina? I just saw you say what's up. Are you still in LA? Haven't seen you for so long, man. It's crazy. Haven't seen all you guys for so long. Look at that. I'm breaking the this is where the sock liner and the upper meet, and I'm gonna just kind of break that down so then we can get into the top section here. You guys could see how many different panels are kind of overlaid on top of each other, and that sets up the whole shoe at the end. Again, I'm just doing a little bit of a seesaw there to get in, you know. If it's a tight little spot, if you got a sharp blade, it's all good. Still kind of break through. There we go, see? broke through. Now we got the majority of the panel there taken out. And let's see if we could just very carefully peel it out. Just like we saw in the heel cup, you can see that layer. See that extra layer there? Gives it a little bit of extra body and endurance, durability. Took that side off there, okay? Again, this is the inside, so let's kind of, we got to mark it or write something down so you remember. Let's see if I got a... Why would I have a Sharpie around here, bro? Like, that'd be too convenient. So let me just, I'm going to use this marker or marker pen, paint pen, whatever you kind of call this thing here. This inside. Inside what? Left shoe, right? So I'll just kind of put an L for left, R for right, and that way it'll remember. I get so into breaking the whole shoe apart, I forget to tag them sometimes. So better to just, once you get to this point and you got it, just tag it, get it done, out of the way. Oh, you're in the valley in Tarzana? I used to live in Woodland Hills not too long ago, man. I like Tarzana area. Tarzana's really nice. All right, y'all, I'm gonna press in because I could feel like I see the panel right here. So I'm gonna see if I could just break it out. If I can't, then I might have to add a little bit of acetone. That acetone it'll do what it needs to do, you know what I mean? Steven Berger in the building. Thank you for following, homie. Appreciate that, homie. Okay, so I'm going in a little deep here, y'all. And I don't see it necessarily looking like it's going to come out, so I'm not going to force it out, but let's see what we can do here. See, you can see there's glue underneath here, too. So it's holding it from both sides. Alright, so let's just kind of wedge it out one more time. This is exactly why we put Intro to Deconstruction Part 1, because I have no clue how long this is going to take. This might take me another 2 or 3 sessions, or I might be able to get it done today. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna chill on that because I could feel like it's not gonna come out. You know what I mean? Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna drop some acetone on the inside of here, so then that way you can start eating at that glue. So let's see. This is the inside sole. Y'all see that? The stitching right here is the footbed. This whole thing should just all come out together when we drop a little bit of acetone in here. All right, so let me go ahead and jump into dropping a little bit of acetone. What acetone will do, you guys see this like line where the sole and the glue, or the sole and the upper meet? It's going to start breaking that glue down. It's going to give it that, when it was liquidy again, it's going to bring it back to that liquid state. That's what that's going to do. It's going to start to melt the glue. That'll help us break this guy off, you know what I mean? So let me see what's going on in the chat. I know you said you're in the valley, Tina. That's great. I'm glad to hear you're still in LA, man. Everybody's like moving out because it's so expensive nowadays. Alcast said I want to become more business oriented, not a logo on Fiverr. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Need to get all the trademarks and copyrights and whatnot. Yeah, it's just, it takes time to get to that level, man. But I think if you're just consistently keeping at that goal and trying to level yourself up, man, you'll definitely get there. Smaller things like, becoming an LLC is not that important until you're really, I think, generating a lot of money. You can be like a sole proprietor and still, be successful as a business owner. So don't discount that, you know what I mean? That's Superman Lover. I saw your question there, and I think you need to hit up an accountant, bro, because if you do become legitimate, then you can have the opportunity of writing off a lot of business expenses, you know what I mean? Like, people write off their car as a business expense. They can write off gas, they can write off materials, cost of purchasing things like sewing machines, whatever you're using equipment wise to do what you're doing to customize. So there's a lot of benefits, man. I think that even in the beginning, you can, if you're not making that much money, you can claim a loss, because I think that the IRS is understanding that when you're first starting a business, you're not going to be a millionaire. You're not just going to pop off. Usually it takes time to build. So just because you become a business, it doesn't mean you're going to be paying a bunch in taxes, dude. Again, I'm not an accountant or nothing, man, but I think that you should basically take it into consideration, especially after talking to somebody who's like a CPA or an accountant. I'm sure you got somebody on your Instagram or Facebook or somebody who's an accountant, homie. I just tell you that because I was in finance for like over a decade, and there's a lot of successful businesses that can write things off. Hell, this is Donald Trump reported, what did he say, $500 in taxes. There's ways to write things off where it doesn't look like you're making a fortune as well. So I mean, if your president or your ex-president was doing it, there's legal ways to do it, because he's clearly walking around Mar-a-Lago right now, chilling, right? Just got to have the right CPAs to know what you can write off, and it can be beneficial, bro. Just saying. There we go. Got this one out now. What's the deal with this? I think I might have not cut this off. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I missed this. Let's see. Could be part of this side, I think. If it is, I want to make sure it stays on that side. Yeah, I hear the threads here popping. So what's popping? There we go. Got it. Whew, man. I'm not going to the gym today after this. This is most of my gym day. Looks like I just tore this. That was smart. It's a little piece, so it's not a big deal. Still grab it and add it onto this piece here. Y'all see this? Just tore it. Let's take a little piece of tape, and again, doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal because it's on the back. It's going to have a bunch of layers on it, but I want to get that pattern right, so that'll work for right now. There you go. Superman lover, are you working elsewhere right now? Are you doing something different for making money, or are you concentrating on shoes right now? If you don't mind me asking, man. Not trying to be all prying in your business and stuff, just so I can guide you. This has glue all over it. That's why you can see it's kind of hairy here, coming off. There we go. Oh, this one, interestingly enough, so this one came off. Oh, that's why, because this is attached to the sole. This one is not. You'll see it kind of stops right here. So that's going to come out for sure. It's got a couple of... There we go. There we go. Nice. All right. What's next? I got this little eyelid piece. Let's jump on that real quick. This becomes a little technical because you can see this is where that thread line is at right here. I can't get in there until I cut the sock liner a little bit. So I creep underneath it. Actually pretty accurate there. Look at that. I cut it like perfect. It's lucky. Maybe a little bit of skill. 10% skill, 90% luck. There we go. Got that out. Superman lover, man. Keep that job until you get really situated with the custom game, bro. Trust me, dude, I was working a full-time job and then doing this at nighttime, so I'm just telling you because you don't want to quit and then struggle, you know, trying to find ways to make ends meet. I'm just putting outer on this little guy here just so I remember. Let's take a look at this. Huh, it's interesting to have the... Oh, it looks like they actually went into the plastic and they sewed that guy in. You see that? And then they just kind of roped the ends right here, glued it together, glued it down. Yeah, exactly, Superman lover. I agree with you, man, 100%. My job wasn't that bad either, man. I actually liked my job, but you know, it's just driving an hour and a half one way to get there, driving an hour and a half back. It's 3 hours of my life that just, you know, you just kind of waste in LA traffic. I don't think you have that same situation over there, but you know, there's better ways to live, I think, even if you're not making as much money, to live more happy and have more of a satisfying life. Nowadays is my priority. I don't need to be a millionaire, bro. You know, I got good people like yourself supporting me here, and we're all learn together. And as long as I can pay the electricity bill and family's happy, yo, that's what counts, right? As I jump through the sock liner here, guys, I'm kind of going underneath like that, pulling the mint section up so that I can kind of see where the two are sewn together. You feel me? So I'm running through the whole thing, and it's, you know, very carefully dissecting it, looking exactly for that line. It's not easy, but you can recognize it and feel it after some time of doing it. What I do know is that this is the spot where the two meet, and so this is the spot where we've got to separate them to. When I do that, I know that the actual way when we sew these, it's sewn from the inside out, so it's really hard to locate that thread line because it's actually flipped, and then they sew the two. Show you what I mean in a quick sec as soon as I can get this part off. There we go. Yeah, I saw that GTC. Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that the other day, Graham, about the $600 1099 thing, man. It's crazy that they're doing that, man, because there's a lot of people who are gonna get. We're gonna have to make our ends meet somehow, some way, and if you're selling just $600 worth of something and it's tracked now on all these platforms like eBay, for example, and then you're going to be liable for taxes for that, which is, I mean, before it was, I think, what, 25,000, Graham? So here's the, now I've taken this whole thing apart. Let's see if I could maybe pull. Here, I'm going to break that footbed, so I'll show you what I mean. There we go. Got that footbed cut out. Getting all those threads that are basically holding that sock liner down here. Got to cut them out. It looks cut. That looks cut. Just getting that base now. That back heel. Alright, let's see if that worked. I don't know if that worked or not. I'm about to find out. Should. As long as there's not too much glue or anything holding it down. This beginning said, nope, we ain't coming out. Sorry. We ain't coming out. Alright, let's see if that helped. Let's see here, guys. Sheesh. That's not coming out, so I might have to pull the whole joint out so I could show you guys. But let me jump in real quick to the chat. I saw you guys are talking back and forth. Dang, you guys having a crazy conversation, man. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. Suhail, I mean. Okay, so let me go back real quick. Suhail, I mean. What's up, BRB? Got to put the kid to bed. Your priorities, right? We got to put the kids to bed, right? Outcast, I feel you. When I talked to my tax guy last year, he said he told me to file as an S corp. That way I can write off my cell phone, paint, internet. Right now I'm a sole proprietor. So Outcast kind of in the same building as you, Superman lover. Yeah, I'm following a guy now. Okay, cool. I read that. Okay, man, I didn't even think about that. Internet and cell phone. Yep, exactly, bro. There's a lot of things that you can write off. In fact, you can even write off expenses for food if you're taking out clients. My job now is not bad. Okay, so I read that. 45 minutes to get to work. That's not bad, man. 45 minutes that's your typical LA drive. Yeah, look at what GTC Reels is saying, man. That's all true. Oh yeah, Superman love. This is not an easy feat, man. This wasn't like I'm like, okay, time to make a shoe. It's just I wish it was like that. That's why, like the other day, somebody on Reddit hit me up and was like, "Yo, I want your Grateful Dead's." Didn't even tag me. He just put my Grateful Dead's up and said, "I'm trying to find out who made these, and I want to get a pair made for myself." Somebody ended up tagging me, and I hit him up, and I hit him up and said, "What's up, dude? Like, I saw that you're interested in getting some Grateful Dead's done. I'm hitting you back." And he said, "No, I got in touch with you. You said, so-and-so price." He said, "What in the hell makes you think that you can charge that price for your shoes?" And I just kind of like had to laugh at that because, dude, who's gonna go through the process of doing all this to just ask for like $100 or $200 to make a custom? I'm sitting here spending so much time and research and just development to figure out what the hell is going on with this one shoe. Heck, I'm not even close to finishing, deconstructing this thing. And apparently that dude thought it was outrageous of me to charge the prices I do. And I had to put him in his place real quick by just letting him know, dude, like, customs are, they're a luxury, dude. You don't need to have a custom. Like, just because you want a custom doesn't mean that you should be bad-mouthing anybody if you can't afford it. I just think that's a little immature. And I told him that I've been teaching for free for 6 years on YouTube, dude. So if you want to learn how to do something, you can just go to YouTube and you can find me. So telling me that I have some kind of audacity to charge whatever I do, man, it's like kind of a slap in the face, right? Alright, so let's see. We got the tongue too. Maybe we haven't even taken the tongue out. Let's jump into that tongue right quick. Usually it's just under here. You can see that. Little seesaw there. Just to get underneath, and then should be decapitating this tongue out. There we go. Not sure why the latest donation isn't changing, y'all. It's really weird, but just want to say what's good to Andresito. I said I will pay cash. I will take cash. I'll take cash for whenever you want me to take the cash, man. Just let me know. What else we got? Oh, Scrawny Johnny, man. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you again, man, for the donation, bro. I feel like every time I'm on and I'm just trying to teach and put people on game. You know, you come through with the donation, so I do appreciate that, homie. Thank you again. We got a lot of people, man, who put in for donations today. We do need to change the goal amount here because we do need to get the camera already, and so this next portion, we got to figure out what we're gonna do with this next portion of the money, man. Maybe give it back to you guys. Maybe we could do some raffles or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something cool, something exciting, new, fun. You know, to keep the channel going and keep you guys entertained as well. Really appreciate you guys for donating, man, and putting in. All I could do is ask for you guys' support, you know, at this point. There we go. Sheesh, this guy's it's like fishing. Oh, here he is. The end of this dude. Man, there's a lot of panels, huh? If you really look at it, there's a lot of panels that are put into place to get this guy down. Oh, look at all this. I wonder if this is going to be all sewn down too, or what's the deal with that? I bet you that is. It's not there for fun. Let's see. I couldn't do that? Yeah, I am. Interesting. It really sealed this little piece down here. Whew, almost there, man. Almost there. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. There we go. Got another piece off. Man, I hope I could remember where all these pieces go. I guess I do have the other side for a reference, you know? Again, Scrawny Johnny, man, thank you for the donation, homie. Appreciate that. Yeah, exactly, GTC, man. These hands are exactly... I mean, I've been doing this for long enough, you know what I mean? It's like, if your prices don't go up after you've gained experience, then I think then you're just pricing yourself incorrectly. You know, there's got to be some point where if you work a full-time job and you're doing well, they're going to give you a raise, right? So what makes this any different, right? After some time, you should give yourself a raise, even if you're not doing shoes, even if you're working for yourself as a business owner in any kind of business. The goal is to grow and hopefully gain more profit. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Got this guy out. Sick. So, I mean, I take this, you know, seriously because this is what I do as a living. This is my job. You know, it's like somebody tells you, like, you know, I make 20 bucks an hour. Well, you're not worth 20 bucks an hour. Like, you know, I don't understand how you can justify telling anybody that with no research of what they've done. Crazy, man. Yeah. Some people out there are just clowns. Alright, so let me jump in here in this little section and try to get this sock liner out. I think it's there. That'll be interesting if I could take this out. You know, Superman Lover, that's... There's customizers out there that are charging 5,000 plus to do a recon. You know, recons are not easy to do. That's why I was just, when I first started with this, I was discouraged, man. There's not like really anybody who teaches you how to do this kind of stuff. And so I just said, you know what? If no one's going to teach me how to do it, then I've got to teach myself. And this is kind of this is how I teach myself, man. This is a process. So let's see, guys. This is supposed to go like this. Y'all see that? Then when you sew it, it's actually going to be sewn inside out like that. See, and y'all could see here, this is where the two lines are sewn together. So once you have it sewn like this, see, you put the two together like this and this, you sew them together. As you flip this guy, then afterwards, you're going to flip it. And as you flip it, then that thread line will be on the inside. So just to show you guys what, you know, a couple of people had questions on how to do that. sock liner part. So that's just a quick synopsis, I guess you guys could say. By the way, Suhail, it hurts my heart seeing you do that. Man, GTC, dude. I think you came on a little late, but yeah, these were used. I got them for $60, and I needed that sole. That hot pink sole is really hard to come by. So I said, you know what, man, I'll just buy these just literally for the sole. Unfortunately, man, I would maybe wear these as beaters, you know, like a everyday beater, but these were just too messed up. And this is a new buck, so I could already tell, like, you can't repaint that or anything. So. Oh, okay. Andresito said, I mean, it's better to pay cash sometimes. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, like I said, everyone has a different strategy on what's the way to go. But yeah, I agree. I mean, there's points where, you know, cash is king, yo. Everybody knows that. All right, so I got to get this little guy out here. So, man, I think we might actually get the majority of this thing done today, which is cool. Again, if you guys like what I'm doing here today with the Decon part, I mean, you got to build the shoe back up. So if you guys are interested in learning how to build shoes, patreon.com/feelgoodthreads is where we're teaching how to right now do a recon on a Jordan 11. That's going to be done, and then we're going to be doing a pattern cutting for Jordan 1s. And start with the new project, man. That's the deal. We do have a giveaway coming up as well, guys. Just trying to give this airbrush away, man. Really, really trying hard, guys. So if you guys have friends, any of the Patreon guys too, man, if you have any friends that would like to join, man, I'd really appreciate you guys just spreading the word. I think that everything is pretty much out that I can do today, man. So let's put some acetone in this bad boy, man. Let's see if we take this sole off. Now the last time I took off a sole, cut off my damn thumb almost. Damn near cut off my thumb, so I gotta be careful with that. But let me grab some acetone. You guys, give me a quick sec. I'll be right back, okay? Good question, man. There is a heel counter in here. I just noticed that. Somebody asked. I think it was Graham. How about the heel counter? It's in here. I just haven't pulled it out yet. But I am anxious to try to get this sole off. So let me just get the upper off, and then if I need to break down even more, I can always break it down from the outside, and then as I break it down from the outside, we'll get to the heel counter as well. Okay? Yeah, man, I love these too, dude, but you know, it's just it was a dope colorway, man. I remember when these came out and I was just getting back into shoes and I really wanted them and I couldn't cop my size. This is not my size either. This is a size 11. I believe it's size 11. Let's see. Yeah, size 11. And speaking of, I've got to still break down this tongue as well. Looks a little oddly shaped. I don't know if that's because they just messed up on it or what, but let's grab some acetone, guys. I'm going to grab that and a cardboard. So give me a quick sec. I could always count on Amazon, bro. They'll 100% always have my back when it comes to having too many damn boxes around here. So I always use a cardboard underneath. Something, you know, because my goofy ass is going to spill acetone everywhere. Might as well spill it live, right? Here we go. That should be good enough. Wow, that was actually not too much damage down here either. For the heel counter, Graham, I noticed you said the deconstructing part, but I usually grab this material that's very similar to the heel counter, and then what I usually do is I'll just take that pattern and I'll make my own version of that heel counter. So I don't use the existing heel counter that's in here, bro. Usually it's just too messed up, you know. Y'all can see I'm just kind of swishing this back and forth here. We're trying to get that acetone to really soak in and get all of the glue, that glue line, that glue separation. So you don't have to do anything, to be honest with you here. Oh, my size. God damn it, Suhil. Sorry, dude. Sorry, man. I'm sure, and the worst part is I bet you I could have found another pair of Air Maxes that was probably very similar to this color. But, you know, it's alright, Graham. If I come out with a dope custom, I hope you'll understand why I sacrificed this lamb, bro. Let's start to... I like to kind of press, see? Because when you press, you can start to see that the acetone is already starting to come apart. That was quick, right? More than likely it was quick because the shoe is a little bit older of a shoe. Alright, let me grab... and if you guys remember me doing a little bit of slicing here on the bottom, this is why, because I want to create a little bit of a clean line separation rather than it just kind of flaking all up in different category sections here. Like, you see this? Now when I do it, at least now I've already kind of set the area where it should cut off. See that? Much cleaner than having this kind of area here. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick. As I'm doing that, I could feel that the shoe's really cold, and that's definitely a good thing because it's activating the acetone is activating the glue there, and it's getting it kind of like softened up. So as I do this on the outside, it's working on the inside. Taking this sole off shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. So I got like right here at the edge. So same thing here. I'm going to just real quick just give it a head start. We'll call it a head start today. Just a nice, clean, and very slow incision to try to get right in that glue line. That should, I feel like that should do it right there. So what I like to do here is I gotta really not only take my time to cut the incision, but I gotta work a little quickly afterwards. And I'll tell you why, because see, this is putting that glue into like a liquid state when you put the acetone in there, but it's only like that for a while. Once it gets hard again, then it becomes a pain in the ass to take off. So once you start, you want to just keep going. Pressing into it because I cut that nice clean line there. And that's where we want to break it off from. You see that? Ooh, I can feel that on the inside. It's cold. I don't want to pull this off too hard or anything. If I see like there's a section that's struggling, don't yank it. See what the hell is holding it up, dude. Take your time and just pull. But yeah, this acetone is definitely doing the majority of the work here. A little bit of jostling here and there, it doesn't hurt. I can see here, see? That section there. Again, once I start putting the blade into this section, it's going to start to dull out. So you guys just want to know that. You know, because there's a bunch of like wet, semi-wet glue here. It's definitely not helping the blade. See, there's spots here that are holding it. Thread lines. Sorry, trying to keep this in camera, guys, but pulling at the same time here. You see that? So that feels like it's pretty much out. Let's work on the back. Now we're going to work on the front a little bit. There we go. Same thing. I'm just kind of pressing down, gently separating the sole there. I'm going to try to get it out as cleanly as possible. When I do it too, try not to get frustrated, because sometimes there's like a little spot here and there that might not be working your way, and so you just need to maintain your patience, I think, man. A lot of stuff getting on my hands because the acetone is starting to dry. Let me put this to the side there. Not smart to have a razor blade that could fling it back at me, Ugh. Superman. I need that Superman strength right now. It's starting to, just in that little section, give me a little bit of a hard time. And I could see here that you guys could see the footbed didn't come off. So that's interesting. I got to figure out what to do there, because all of this needs to come off too, the footbed. But it looks like it's stuck on there pretty hard. I'll work on that in a little bit. First thing, let's see what's going on with the actual rest of it here. Maybe add a little bit of acetone. Let's try. Sometimes that's all it needs, is a little bit more acetone. Cool. I'm going to give this just a minute to kind of chill. Let's see if it'll kind of do what it needs to do. But we're pretty much done separating this out, guys. Sounds good, Graham. I think that you are calling it a night, bro, and I totally understand, man. It's 10 o'clock already over here, so I know a lot of you guys got to get going soon. But even if we don't finish today, we're going to continue with this process. I could see here, this is another panel. Start to cut this guy up. This was the one that was kind of stuck in the sole there. Wasn't releasing. There we go. So when I make that pattern, I just got to remember this is all a little thrashed up. Little thrashed up. I got a separation right here. Right? Yeah, that's two panels right there. Yep. You could see where they meet. So I got to remember to cut that. What else we got here? It's like having a crab. Looking through all the little sections. What else I got to eat here? What else I got to eat here? This is the heel counter that Graham was mentioning earlier. You'll see that heel? This is why I can't reuse it. See that? And I barely did anything to that, Graham. This was not even like really messed with too hard. But you could see that it's already cracked. Probably also because it's older. The acetone hitting it didn't help any, that's for sure. So let's see if I could pull this guy off now. Or maybe I gotta give it some time. Maybe I gotta cut. I know that sometimes in these Jordan 1s, sheesh, man, boy, are they a pain in the ass to take off. I could already see like this footbed, man, sheesh. I hope I don't have to take that off separately somehow or grind it down. That would suck. But I could feel like this footbed ain't moving, man. And if I gotta use a Dremel, oh man, that's gonna be fun. But you know what? This is how you learn. You do it one time, and if it's too hard, then I ain't doing that project again. That's how you learn. I'll get one good Air Max out of it. I'm sure there's something else I got to do to take this footbed off, though. The footbed needs to come with this, though, and it didn't this time. More than likely because I was... Oh, see, I could see it here. See? It's peeling off. It's just going to take a little bit of time to saturate, I think, in the acetone. Maybe I'll take... Alright, so let's get this little section out here. I wonder if I can pull the heel counter and everything off with one swipe here at the end. That would be like such a cool way to end this, but I don't think it's going to happen. Because I got to be careful with this too, you know. I'm trying to keep this all material-wise for a pattern. So let's go ahead and just cut what we can. I'll deal with this second section later. Probably tomorrow. It's interesting that the Jordan 1, the footbed will come off with it. And this one is not the case. Whew. Man, look at all this. This is going to be fun to clean. It's like when you're a little kid and you're playing in the mud. Alright, well, the good thing is I got this thing off. The bad thing is I still got to get this whole footbed off. Alright, well, can you call it progress today? I would say so. When we got this whole upper taken off, and I've got a little bit here to just cut up, and we'll separate these pieces. But once these are all done, at least I'll be able to map out a pattern for this. And the next step is going to be to cut some new material so we can start sewing up some Air Maxes. So, oh man, Superman lover, don't remind me about that PS5 controller, bro. I still have nightmares. For real. Legit, dude. That was a real pain in the ass, man. But, you know, like I said, you don't know it. But yeah, exactly what you just said, man. You don't know it until you try it at least once, right? And then once you try it and you realize how hard it was, then you could decide never do that ever again. You know? It's part of the game, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm just laying out a little bit more acetone. I'm going to see if this is going to come out or not. I mean, I've got to pull it off somehow. And I'm praying to God that it's not with the Dremel, because I'm going to have to do that with the whole thing. And if that's the case, man, you got to be real careful with Dremels. I've seen people cut up soles and stuff with Dremels. So let me see if maybe, I don't know, maybe this threading is helping it stick. I don't know. While I'm working on this, guys, if you have any questions, man, let me know, guys. I'm here for you guys. You know that. Maybe can we pull it off? I wonder if I've got a little plier and I could just yank it off. I've got little hooks. Maybe we can hook it off. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can go about doing this. And if any of you guys have ever taken off an Air Max, man, let me know. Let me know what you guys did. Oh yeah, there we go. See that progress right there. I feel like if I had just waited a little bit longer, maybe this would have came off with it. But at the same time, I could feel like, yeah, see the acetone is still in there wet, saturating it. Maybe that's what it needed. It needed a little bit more acetone. I can see the footbed threads though is kind of holding it down too, so if I gotta go through all these again, man, it's gonna take me a minute. Just trying to pry it off. It's coming. It's just taking its time. Whew. And it doesn't help that it's all acetone, y'all. By the way, if you guys are not familiar with acetone, man, this is really, really strong stuff. You certainly don't want to be inhaling this too long. Make sure you're in a, you know, like a safe environment when you guys are doing all this kind of stuff. Oh, okay, so you've done this before, Graham? Same Air Max? Or same body style? Dang, dude, it's really, really caked on there, man. Oh, you've done 4 of them? Were you doing these soles, like sole swaps, or? Dang, Graham, you got some crazy experience with these then, dude. Because I can't even grip it right now to pull this off. But I could see that it's, you know, as I'm gently prying it off, it's coming, so that's not hurting. I might as well keep going. I think maybe because I cut the sock liner strings, it kind of did a domino effect there, and the whole thing just kind of stuck on here instead. I swear, man, every time I do a different shoe, it's a new experience. Didn't want to do this. Ah, damn, I poked the shit out of myself right there. It's got to be a better way. Let me see what I could do here. Let me see if I got like a tool or something that might take this out a little bit easier. Anyone have suggestions, man? Shoot them out, man. Let me know. Have you guys done this before? I know I've got... See, this is the... what I was talking about earlier. That's a seam ripper there, guys. And, unfortunately, Joe, I think I'm going to be possibly doing this hella slow. I just thought of something, though. I think I have a sole removal little thing here, and that might actually do the trick. So let me see if I could find it. That was the thing that cut me up the other day, actually. I was not careful. It's got to be around here somewhere, but let's see. Pull this out. Sheesh. This thing is really caked on there, dude. Yeah, this is too weak. Patreon fam, Superman lover, what's good, man? I appreciate you for staying on for so long, bro. The homie Ant had a quick question. He said, I haven't been on that long. What was the hardest part thus far? That's a really good question, man. I haven't, you know, I'll be honest with you, man. I feel like I've done a lot of the taking the whole shoe apart, so that part is definitely not hard for me. I think the hardest part for me is this part here, which is generally just taking the sole off and having it come off nice and clean, man. I don't know why, but I always have a different experience every time I'm trying to take a sole off. The last sole that I tried to take off, there was like a glue spot like right here, and I had to cut the razor blade to get that thing off. It sucked, you know, but there's no other way around it. See, even this thing is not really helping. Oh. Yeah, I think maybe you're right, bro. Maybe I might just do that. Graham said to just wait till tomorrow and then use a heat gun to try to take it out, because it is not coming out, and I don't want to start messing up the sides and everything, you know. But it's stuck on there for a minute, man. I could feel it, you know. Yes, that's a great suggestion too, man. Graham also said, you know, don't pop that air bubble, man. You apply too much heat on there, and you can call that a wrap real quick, you know. So I'm gonna probably just let this thing chill another 5-10 minutes. Let's see if I get any more leverage, because I feel like after some time this thing is going to dry up, and when it dries up, I feel like it's gonna. I don't know. You said, Graham, use a heat gun, but I feel like it might cake up on there again. If it does that, oh man, that would suck. It's already hard to take off now. Oh man, life of being a customizer, huh? And also at the same time, I got to worry about making sure the sole is not getting messed up here. Sheesh. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call this one a wrap, guys. A little bit more to go when it comes to breaking this down, but I think we got a good majority of it done today. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It's 10:02 p.m. I got some sticky hands today. If you guys have questions, I'm on for a couple of minutes. Let me know what's good, guys. Thanks again for joining. I think today's our fourth day in a row. I do want to give a special shout out to, man, so many people that have donated to a good cause. I think just helping you guys learn, and really appreciate all you guys' donations. I know if you guys haven't seen them yet, there's a bunch of the conversation sections we have. Like what I do, support the stream. So if you'd like to support the stream, and we can put that money back towards getting another project done or started for us, we're always appreciative, man. If you guys haven't already, the social media links are up here. My YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitch, everything that I got pretty much is at Feel Good Threads, man. So if you guys haven't followed, I do appreciate the follow, homie. With that said, guys, this is part 1 in the books today. Give you guys another minute or two, because man, I gotta clean up. Ugh. I gotta clean up today. This acetone guy. This is what I mean by when acetone dries and gets all sticky and nasty and stuff. You know what I mean? I might. That's what I was gonna do, Superman Love. I was gonna check to see if I got another tool. Sometimes it's hard when I'm on the channel live. I don't want to be, sifting through different tools looking for stuff. But I was almost thinking like almost like a plier, and seeing if I can pull it off a little bit more aggressively without messing up the side sole. You know what I mean? If it doesn't happen, then Graham said maybe to use a heat gun tomorrow. Maybe I might do that, but I can't use a heat gun today. That's for sure. Acetone and heat is definitely not a good combo together. You can spark a fire, and you can, that's just very combustible stuff. So, anyways, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions. We got another minute before I jump off. Man, I'm so sorry that I couldn't finish this off with today with this footbed taken off. That would have been a pretty successful day, I feel like. I could go at this all day, man, I swear. Well, it's starting to peel off, though. I could hear it, which is a good thing. My goal is to have it off by tonight. If I do and it's not on camera, I'll tell you guys how I do it. But, I feel like normally this shouldn't happen. Maybe because it was an old shoe. Yeah, needle nose pliers is what I was thinking too, Graham. It's going to be the only way, because these right here, this thing is so thin, you need to have a really thin plier to hold on to it, you know what I mean? And that tweezer that I just used earlier is not going to do the job. That tweezer was probably going to break if I ended up doing it. Ah, damn. Ended up cutting myself. Yeah, I think that was probably not the smartest situation. Lucky that was small. That was God's way of saying, dude, you need to call it a wrap for today, man. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here. I actually got to remove an Air Max 1 sole. May as well do it tonight. That's one of those things to be laying in bed and get up in the middle of the night, because yeah, exactly, dude. Superman Lover, I've been there way too many damn times, man. I feel like this is it's gonna feel like incomplete to me until it's done. You know, whole time my wife's gonna be like, "What are you thinking about?" Oh, I don't want to tell you what I'm thinking about because it's embarrassing to even say. I don't want to tell you about this one damn soul that I couldn't take off, in the middle of the damn live stream. I feel like it should have been taken off. Didn't realize it wasn't taken off until the whole damn upper was taken off. Now I gotta worry about it, and that's what I'm thinking about. All right? Does that sound childish enough for you? Because that sounds childish enough for me. You cannot explain that to anybody in a straight manner and sound like that was like a really not a first world concern of yours, right? Well, you live in a first world country when you're worried about the soul being taken off, right? All right, yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen today, but if it does, I'll update y'all, man. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Have a great night, guys. Hopefully we can make it back tomorrow. If we do, it'll be 5 days in a row. Shout out to all the homies. Webb's Custom Kicks, thank you for being the top donator as usual. GTC Reels, thanks for your donation. We had the homie Scrawny Johnny. We had the homie Corey. Thank you guys all for your donations today, man.